Okay. Here we are. Let's do it. What do we have? What do we have? Why are we here today to speak? Why are we here today to speak? Things appear to be going south. Things appear and disappear. Things appear and disappear. Why are we here? It's not an ending. It's continuing, but maybe an attitude, a chapter is ending, a way is ending. It's disorganized. The current wave of change is very disorganized. Nobody really knows what's going on here, and even the people who usually have it together, either they're abandoning us or they don't know what's going on, and it feels like they're abandoning us because that's what we rely on them for, is that context, that protection that enables us to feel comfortable and safe enough to really speak. But there are other powers emerging as the sort of usual authorities fall away that are of greater integrity. This isn't about wanting control. These new powers, they're not about wanting control. They're not about wanting for themselves. They have boundaries. They're able to say no. But what they want is sustainability, not just comfort in the moment. And they're able to hold the complexity of life, the mystery of life, the good and the bad, because their hearts are alive. Well, that's a positive change, even if it is a little chaotic. Here we are, frozen in inaction, not knowing what to do, not knowing what we want, dreadfully overthinking it. Trapped in the head. We have to make friends with our grief. We have to make friends with our grief. We have to accept, not just accept, but welcome the awareness that we can't do it all. Because if you're not friends with your grief, and if you haven't accepted that you can't do it all, you'll never be able to have appropriate boundaries. You'll never be able to really own your yes and your no. And that's where we are. There's so much you won't have in this life. And it's okay to feel sad about that. It's okay to feel sad. even as you know that what you don't have is not for you. All of these cards are reversed. Why are all of these cards reversed? The Eight of Cups and the Hermit. We're giving something up. Giving something up that we've been holding on to for a long time. I think it's something emotional, like an emotional habit or pattern. We're letting it go. We can't control it. We can't control the situation. We can't control the universe. We don't know what's going to happen. We never will. We are not in control of the narrative of our lives. There are times when we can be, but not right now. The way that you get what you want is by cleansing yourself of what you were told. It's mind over matter. And you're carrying a story about the way things are or the way they should be that is out of date. This has to do with a relationship dynamic. There is a divine journey on the horizon, a hero's journey perhaps. And the ego is resisting because, you know, why does the ego resist? Because the ego has an idea of who and what it is that is incompatible with the journey that must be taken into the mystery. You gotta let go of the reactivity, because things are gonna keep changing and it's gonna happen fast. New things are gonna show up, and your reactions are going to receive reactions as well. So you want to make sure that you're responding thoughtfully to the things that emerge. I mean, you're probably not going to be able to avoid this confusion and conflict. Honestly, you're just not. And that's okay. You have something to learn from all this. But what's actually happening inside of the confusion and conflict and the feeling of being sort of persecuted and ganged up on is that something new is emerging into your life. Something that you might not be ready for, honestly. And that might be why you're resisting it. But it is something that you want. So you don't have to be ready. You just have to be ready to get ready. You know what I mean? You'll get it. You're on the right track. You just got to get moving. You're facing the right direction already. It hurts. It hurts to move. That's why you don't want to do it. But that hurt and that movement is connecting you to the source of movement in your being, your will. The word passion comes up, but I think passion has a connotation that gets in the way. This is about will, it's about desire. What does it say on this card? Sit in a room and read and read and read, and read the right books by the right people. Your mind is brought onto that level, and you have a nice, mild, slow-burning rapture all the time. Slow-burning rapture. You know rapture. You know that feeling of being caught up in something. What would it be like to allow that feeling to unfold in your life and in your being slowly, so it doesn't completely tear you down? I'll read the Page of Wands too. A thing is right when it tends to preserve the integrity, stability, and beauty of the biotic community. It is wrong when it tends otherwise. This is obviously a very simplistic, dualistic view of right and wrong, a child's way of thinking. But sometimes the beginner's mind is called for. Sometimes these simple truths are the ones that we really need. A thing is right when it tends to preserve the integrity, stability, and beauty of the biotic community. Preservation. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that sometimes preservation is disruption, because I have Judgment here and the Nine of Pentacles. I think this wave of change brings us into greater stability and harmony. But it is first a wave of change, and the Ten of Cups confirms it. It is good. It is good. Ten of Pentacles. This is long-lasting success. This is a good thing that is happening. Because right now, you're able to see. Right and wrong, very clear, very simple. Wait for it, if it hasn't come yet. Get out of your head. The answer's not in there. It's not in there. It's in time. The experience of meeting the world. That's the only place we have any power, really. We don't have power in our heads. We think we do. That's why we spend so much time there. It feels very powerful to get all, riled up thinking about something. But then the world just reflects the emotional state to us that we get ourselves into by thinking, whether that's frustration. How generous of the world. Slow burning rapture. How do we get there? Death. Something has to change. you can keep doing the same thing. It's not about changing what you're doing necessarily. Maybe for some people it is, but this is what's coming through. It's about your perspective and what you pay attention to. The quality of the heart. The quality of the heart and what we celebrate. What we celebrate, what we worship. The vehicle. Interesting. I'm getting the thing that we choose to worship becomes our vehicle for navigating not just the spirit world, but this world. And, you know, the way that you've been navigating is just not working for you anymore. That's why. That's why it's all falling apart. This tower doesn't know whether it wants to be reversed or not. It's landing like that. Okay. Do we have the courage to face it? Okay. Okay. After the tower comes the star. After the moment of loss, the wreckage, we come back to the body and we find our feet on the ground. And we realize that nothing that is ours can be taken from us. And we realize how little is truly ours. Oof. That hurts. Can we face it? In order to get there, there's something we need to face. Some big grief. Separation. Violence. Destruction, trauma. This is generational. This is big. This is collective. This is like the way the world is now is an open wound, and we need to look into it in order to actually get past it into something else. And that's what you're getting ready to do. I don't know what that means for you in your life. Silence. You know that PJ Harvey song? It's about how we love each other. What it means to love other humans. Without all the stories. About what we are supposed to get from them. It's about what we can give. Refocus. Refocus in any relationship in your life where you are in conflict. Refocus away from what you are not getting from the other person or people or community or whatever, onto what do you have to give. Bring yourself back there. That is an everyday, every minute practice. Bring yourself back there. That is where your mind needs to be, because from that place you have a choice. From that place you have power. And the situation, the picture will change around you as you change the way that you look at it. You'll see different things. You'll see sweetness and generosity. You'll see clearly what you want. And the veil of sorrow will be lifted. And there will be a deeper sorrow. But anyway. We keep going. Oh. The angels are watching us. There is more to come. There's a trickster around. Friend or foe, you decide. No, you don't decide. They decide. There's something here I haven't said yet. Where was I? The veil of sorrow. The veil of sorrow. It's like melodrama. You know, it's just your story. It's your story in your head. And like, that doesn't mean that there isn't or wasn't or hasn't been real suffering in your life and in the world, you know, because this isn't just your story, it's a collective story that you hold very personally. You know, your suffering is real, but when the veil of sorrow lifts, you see beyond the melodrama. And that's why I say there's a deeper suffering, because there's an actual grounded awareness of the actual scope of the wound, which in reality is much bigger than your melodramatic story about it. But the thing is, we're all in it together, this wound. And when you open your eyes and see that, you will see the other people whose eyes are open. And some of them are the people who, according to your melodramatic story, you are, you know, struggling against. But once your eyes are open, that's no longer true. This trickster, this one that you cannot trust, is the story. It's the story. But with your eyes open, seeing beyond the veil of sorrow, you understand that all parts are needed. It's all needed. Everything. Every bit of it. And that is where you find the real power. Because that is where you stop abandoning yourself for good. And when I say you stop abandoning yourself, I mean you accept all parts of yourself and all parts of your experience, including other people, for exactly what they are. Now, this is not to say that you stop seeing the horror. This part is almost impossible to say out loud. I will try, but I will probably not get it. And that's okay. I will spend my entire life trying to figure out how to say this out loud. Maybe I'll figure it out. Where was I? It's only from acceptance that you can really change anything. It's not that hard. That's my story. We don't actually change anything by getting into these battles. These battles don't do us any good. It's just ego. It's just ego. I know that's hard to hear. I really do. Because there's injustice. Yes, there is injustice. And you don't have to love the injustice. But do you love yourself when you are unjust? Can you? Because if you can love yourself when you are unjust, you can love another person when they are unjust, because you understand that they too are acting out the wound. It's the same one. Infinite iterations, infinite manifestations, all different flavors and stories. But it's the same wound. All the seers all of a sudden. Empress on top of the Emperor and the Devil. Desire. Want. Okay. There's ego, desire, and then there's something else. What the child wants. But these seers aren't children. Ah, I see. Okay. They're wild. They're in between. Easily moved by desire. Easily moved by desire, fecund. This is where we get to when we learn to love every part of ourselves. When we stop abandoning any part of ourselves. And the secret inside of that experience is that if we truly love and refuse to abandon any part of ourselves, that means we truly love and refuse to abandon any part of the world. Even if we hate it. Even if we hate it. Oh, God. Yeah. It hurts. It hurts sometimes. But this is how we weave. Being attached to a story, a melodrama, is like trying to follow one thread in a tapestry. That thread, whether you like it or not, pleasant or unpleasant, is fulfilling a function. It is doing something in that greater image. It's bringing a color or a shape. But it's one tiny part of the picture. There's nothing you need to do. If you take one thing, there's nothing you need to do but wake up, open your eyes, loosen the veil of sorrow's grip. Ah ha ha ha, last card. What do you see?